So thank you so much, DF, for giving this opportunity. I think this is my fourth year in CNX. Very happy to be continuously participating this forum. Basically, like I run a company called GeoMio Informatics. So initially, our idea is how we can provide a digital healthcare to the tribal and rural villages. So we have developed devices to monitor the pregnant mother, and we have a software everything. But the bigger challenge we faced in the region is a connectivity, because our whole idea is we can digitally monitor the health parameter and send to the doctor, so the doctor can sit anywhere in the world, still could able to give a better consulting for the pregnant mother. So initially when we designed the product, we understand there won't be any connectivity in the region. So what we have done is we made application in an offline mode, like the health worker will go to the pregnant mother home, collect all the vitals and symptom in the app, and come to the connected region, which can be a PHC or like a connected region in the village, and press the sync button in the application. So it will send the data to the cloud. So this is a model we built, but most of the health worker, we never get the data, and we ask them, have you really went to their home? And they will show in their phone, I have everything, I went and I collected data, but I don't know why it is not coming to you. So, and we ask the process, what you follow, how you collect. And what she do is like, she collect all this data. Once her checkup is done, she switch off the data. She don't press the sync button. So you directly come to the PHC and put the tablet and go for his home. So this is the pattern she follows. So one thing we understand that, like, if we put any responsibility to the health worker to sync some button or something, they may not able to do this. So we need to get the data in a real time, like, in their home, we need to get the data. So now our objective is how we can provide a village level connectivity in a public location, so that we could be able to collect this data. So I started procuring hardwares, especially like TP-Link or Cisco, all this hardware. When we try to use this hardware, the biggest challenge is if any network issue happen, okay, so I have to again come to that village to fix that network issue. Okay, even though we have talked to a lot of local ISP, and every ISP told the same reason. Here we can deploy internet services in the region, but the big challenge is there can be a connectivity issue or some problem in the router or something. We need to send the resources from our main office to the villages. So the travel time and then expenses and total maintenance cost, they never get a return on investment by providing an internet connection in this village area. So I myself, like, I worked in company like Qualcomm, where I made routers, 4G, 5G technology. So I thought, can I solve this problem by building our own product more specific to the villages? Because all the routers built for the enterprise or home customer, with one assumption, they have a very stable broadband internet. This is the one assumption they made and building the router. And router's functionality is just routing and provide a Wi-Fi connection or internet connection. It won't do beyond that. But here I need to deploy decentralized router, should be maintenance free and self-configurable, self-diagnose. If any issue in the router, it should figure out itself and solve the problem. So what I did is I added a more computing power in the existing router. So we started building our own customized router. Now the router is act as more powerful than your normal home router. And the interesting thing is I deploy this router to all the pregnant mother home, like where I put a solar panel and deploy the router in the home in a different pregnant mother home. This router nicely create a mesh network between all the nodes in the region. So there is a public Wi-Fi available in the villages. By creating a multiple mesh network, one point where there is a broadband or a 4G connection, I will just connect that node. The interesting thing is our algorithm, it's called auto mesh. That is the algorithm we are using. It seamlessly create a routing table. It connect all the nodes in that, and this internet will be shared to everyone. And another point is sometimes there is a bandwidth issue. This can offlinely store all the data, especially in the villages. Night time, you will get more bandwidth. Morning time, the bandwidth will be less. So our algorithm is very smart. What it will do is it will gather all the offline data and store it into the node. Whenever the bandwidth is very stable, it starts pushing on one shot. So one shot, it will push all the data to the cloud network. So this really helps us to deploy into deeper villages. And now, especially, we found most of the manufacturers. So we now the second part is how we can make it self-sustainable. You can't charge the end customer for the internet. They're ready to pay for a healthcare. So the model we find is every villages has a lot of manufacturing facilities. Okay, big companies set up their manufacturing facilities in that villages. So we come up with them. We modified the solution for those manufacturing facility to monitor their manufacturing facility for automation. Now we enable that manufacturer to pay for the services, and through that model we could able to provide a connectivity in the village area. So we will bring a broadband connection up to the manufacturing facility, and from there the Wi-Fi node will connected seamlessly to the villages. So this is a model we are following and deploying.
Who pays for the bandwidth though? I mean, you mentioned earlier if there's the 4G connection, for instance, and it could share throughout the network. But then who pays for that 4G connection? Essentially, backhaul.
That's why I told about the manufacturing facility. See, for their facility, they are paying for the bandwidth.
Okay, so you're just backing off them. I mean, you're not. Yeah. The villagers are not paying as such. It's the money, the facility that is paying. Okay, so that is one. Another quick question I have for you, Senthil, is so what's the rough cost of your router? Because it certainly sounds like a very interesting device. So what sort of retail price is that?
So currently we are charging 10,000 rupees for this router. Based on the location geographic, you might buy 2 or 3 router to create a mesh.
Right. So that's what, roughly $200, right?
Less than $200.
Yeah, less than $200. Okay. And so and it's powered by normal 240 AC, or how is that powered? Or by solar?
Yeah, it is it is powered by solar, and it has a battery attached. So, and then the power cable also we provide. So it can 3 options like solar or through electric or.
Okay. So the other thing that there's an increasing push for is to be able to use universal service funds or USO funds to help deploy these sort of networks. But obviously, there's also licensing issues that come into play in a lot of jurisdictions as well. Senthil, so let me come to you. With Osama's question about scaling things up. So I mean, you've been doing. Obviously, you had a very specific application that you were trying to solve the problem for. But how do you scale up? I mean, it sounds to me, I mean, I haven't played with your router, but it sounds to me that it seems to be a very interesting device. One question before I get you to answer though, are you using Wi-Fi with that as well, or are you using something else to connect between the access points? So that's the first question. And the second question is about scaling up. How do you take it bigger beyond the village? How do you connect 100 villages with similar technology?
So currently it is a Wi-Fi powered device, and it can operate on multi-bandwidth, like 2.5 multi-bandwidth. The scaling up aspect of it, actually why we have started with the healthcare, I will tell. See, in a village people, I'm not giving free because if I give everything free, I can't sustain, I can't scale. So I'm charging them in a minimal amount. So especially I started with the pregnancy. The reason is every government is giving almost 10,000 rupees per pregnant mother in the village. Okay. And most of the pregnant mother really don't know there is a scheme I can access, I can get money. So as a company, what we are doing is we are enabling them to understand, hey, there is a scheme. Okay, I ensure the care. Okay, you get the money from the government. From that money, you pay for me. So this is a model we built in this villages. So you pay 1,000 rupees per the entire care. I'm enabling you to get the 10,000 rupees government money. So the thing is, we started with the healthcare so that it can be sustainable and commercial. But now we are expanding to like education and all other sector, so that what really useful for the village people. Village people don't pay for internet. Okay, if I say I give an internet to you, will you pay for me? They don't do it. Okay, but they will pay for a services. That service, sir, primary can be healthcare, second priority is education, and third is if I enable them in the livelihoods, like by selling their product online, something like they will be ready to pay for the services. To make further sustainability, I'm partnering with a manufacturing facility because to bring a broadband connection to the village, it is expensive. You have to put a towers, and so someone has to bear me the money. So the manufacturer facilitator is ready to bear that money. Hey, I'm in the village surrounded by 28 villages in my region. Okay, he is ready to buy my component, purchase all the bandwidth, everything. Once I bring a brand point-to-point connectivity to that area, then from there deploying the node will be very easier for me because it's completely wireless. Even though the manufacturer really don't know that the point is shared with everyone. So that model we are building. What is the challenge in the scalability is, so we are operating in a very lean model because we have to prove that village people will pay if we give a meaningful services to them. So it takes time, like to build a self-sustainable model and get the revenue profit and again deploy back to the system. It's taking time. But what we are believing is once we are able to solve the small issues and financial aspect, this can be replicable to thousands of villages. Because we are every new places, there is a new challenge in India. In India, every new villages you go, there is a cultural innovation you have to do and completely different. Whatever I do in Tamil Nadu, I can do it in Maharashtra. So what we are choosing is the deployment itself. We choose different part of the country, do the piloting and ensure that the model can be replicated. Might be after 2 to 3 years of time frame with a proper funding, this can be deployed not only in India, I say like Indonesia or South American countries, because the model is same. It can be seamlessly deployed across the world.
So one question with the villages that you are working on, I mean, you talked about sustainability and trying to get villages to pay. What we also hear in the news, of course, is that, companies like Jio are rapidly increasing their mobile coverage. So if people have, so first question, I suppose, in the villages that you're working on, is there mobile coverage? And if people will eventually either buy a smartphone or subscribe to a package, what impact would that have on any network rollout that you or others may be trying to do?
Yeah. So the places where we are right now deployed, there is no Jio network. The important thing I want to tell, Jio is saying I am providing internet, but I am saying I am providing healthcare. I don't say I am providing internet. Okay, Jio say I am providing internet where you can watch YouTube, you can watch Facebook. But I am saying I'm providing internet where you can talk to the doctor. Your son or daughter can connect to the good institution in a education model. So my value proposition is completely different from Jio. And even though we are talking to Jio also, wherever we already deployed our Wi-Fi network, they are thinking that can I use your infrastructure? I don't want to put a tower, all those things. Can I use your infrastructure to provide a connectivity? Because it is cheaper to give an internet in the Wi-Fi rather than the 4G tower and base station. And the problem I told, right? They're all using Huawei, like all Cisco chipset, which need an expert network engineer to do maintenance. But my model is maintenance free because you can't send 10 times if you send your engineer from a main headquarter to your villages, you already lost that money, your infrastructure and maintenance. You are not making enough revenue from that. That is where we are adding a value to them.
So the other question that pops up in similar sort of circumstances is one of licensing, right? So do you have a license? Do you have an ISP license or something? How are you doing that?
Yeah, currently we have a franchise license.
A franchise.
Yeah, so with that we are deploying, but later we go for a Class B license.
Okay. Thank you, Senthil. Closing comment from you, quick one.
So developing country like India need more on cultural innovation and that to adapt the people. So just building a technology and pushing to them, it won't work. Like I can give an internet just like that, it won't work. It should be more on related to the culture and increase their livelihood.